Here we go again.
Round 3. I guess 4.
Well, it depends. And again, you're giving away all of our secrets. All right, today we're in the studio. We're in my office. We're in my recording session in the office with my nice little green screen and everything back here in case you wonder where we're at. You probably weren't. Today, we're doing Stagers Corner with my amazing, lovely wife, Natalie Balin Cinelli.
So sincere.
From Spaces Collective. She's the co-owner.
That's right.
Shout out to Julia. I really need you here. That's her partner.
Julia, you can take all of these. You're up next.
This is the love I get for help promoting your brand. Anyway. All right, so today, Nat, the question that came across, which both Elise and Ariana and I were talking about, we were getting some questions together. What do you do when you go into a property which they already have some stuff, so they don't want to stage the property fully, and you might have some furniture which really clashes. Like we went into one property yesterday, and literally there was some old world stuff, some new world stuff, and it really didn't go well together. How do you make sure that in case you're using different furniture that doesn't clash or that make it work, smooth it over?
So, okay, there's a couple things here. One, sometimes mixing furniture styles works out really well, but it's got to be the right pieces. Put it that way.
Don't look at me.
Second of all, this is probably not the answer you want to hear or expecting, but we typically don't take those jobs. So that being said, I'll tell you why. In the beginning, we would have, but as we've kind of grown as a business and really know ourselves and our style, it doesn't benefit anybody, the sellers especially, to have a real mishmash of stuff in the house. So if we come across a property and we do a walkthrough and our styles really don't mesh with what the existing furniture is, it's really difficult to give it that feel and look that somebody's going to fall in love with when they walk in. We will typically then decline and offer some referrals to some other staging companies that maybe have a little bit more of a traditional style or something that would meld a little bit better. Not to say, I don't know, I'm just trying to be so typical. But it's not going to do a service for the house, it's not going to do a service for the seller, and it's not really going to be great for the realtor. We've now built our brand where realtors come to us, not for every project, but when that specific project that fits our style and our demographic and the demographic they're looking for comes across their plate, they know to call us. So we don't specifically and solely work, certain realtors work with us. We have relationships with a ton of different realtors where they may use other people for other jobs that, aren't quite the right fit, except for you, right? Anyway, so it just is what it is. It's not a one size fits all for every project, and we're fine with that. And we certainly hope that realtors would understand and appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I think we go back to what we've said before in the past was that, before you're hiring anybody, whether it's your realtor, whether it's your contractor, whether it's your stager, you might want to look at the previous work they have done to make sure that it kind of meshes and kind of what you're looking for in the property. You may love Natalie's stuff and Julia's stuff from Spaces Collective, but if you're keeping 90% of your own stuff, it's not going to look the same as the stuff that's in the show. So obviously you might save some money, but it's not going to turn out the same. So you have to ask yourself that question: is it worth the investment? There are some houses which we've staged where we just declined to stage it, which I've sold before, which we cleaned up the property, left the stuff in there, because if you have older type of paint and older type of cabinetry in there, like kitchens that are, we call them run as kitchens, like everything was old in there. If we would have put all of our furniture in there, it also wouldn't have flowed very well either.
Yeah, and people will walk in and it'll just feel very disjointed, and that's what they'll notice first versus the property. They'll be like, oh, that room's staged. Like one of our hallmarks is, people always tell us that when they walk into this property, they can't really tell that it's staged. It just looks like somebody with good taste lives there. Like that's what our properties feel like. Yeah. So if we can't achieve that, then it's challenging for us to take the job.
I think a dead giveaway is there's no clothes in the closet. So I think that's it.
No, but I'm saying when you walk into a living room.
I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so if somebody wants to hire you, if they want to put the investment, which I, believe it or not, do agree with, hiring her because she's awesome, and her partner, and maybe listening to what she has to say, give her what's the best way if they wanted to do that, whether you're a seller or a realtor.
You can shoot us a DM at spaces.collective on Instagram.
Great. And if you have a question for us and you want to know, I want to know this thing with stagers, this thing. Can you touch on this topic for me? You can always reach out to me, David V. Cinelli _Realtor. I'd love to answer your questions, or check me out on any other of my channels. And on to the next one.